Planners don't say no, they say let's make it work.
I would kind of present the couple with options, but I would really try to understand what is it you're trying to get. I would want to understand what's the goal that the couple wants.
When couples have big ideas, we bring practical magic. Curious how we handle the wildest wedding requests? Watch this.
Give you a what if scenario.
Okay.
And how would you handle this what if? So what if a client is saying, but I don't mind if we change over and move 4 tables to make a dance floor after the dinner. How would you handle that with a client in terms of meeting their need, but still doing something that you know as a planner in terms of how it affects the event and what we should do? Because there's etiquette out there, and there's ways we should do things and ways that we ought not to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So when a client is then asking to do something that you know that we ought not to do in order for them to not, let me preface it by saying, and this is more for the listener's perspective, in that you don't really see how it would affect your event and your guests and the experience that they have by, let's use the example of taking up 4 tables and chairs to make a dance floor because you didn't have enough space. What would you do if a client is saying, hey, Kathryne, can we take up those 4 tables right in front of the head table and move those 40 chairs just so that we have a dance floor and those 40 people have to stand up and say, where's my table? Anyway, how would you handle that?
That's so interesting because I actually had a wedding last year like that. The couple wanted a larger dance floor. And when we did our walkthrough, I really tried to understand, what is your goal? What are you looking for? And for that couple, they wanted the bigger dance floor. And so we had a floor plan picked out. And when we actually went to the venue, I was able to kind of mark out and show them, if a table is here and the dance floor is here, these are the options, right? I can move these chairs. I can push a table, maybe 1 or 2 to the side, but to like take a whole table with glassware, china, flatware, people's food that they may or may not be finished eating. It's not the prettiest to move all at once, right? We could slowly move that, right? Like we can move 4 chairs at a time. Nobody's noticing because they're dancing. We can clear plates slowly and we can slowly do that. But I would kind of present the couple with options, but I would really try to understand, what is it you're trying to get? You want a bigger dance floor? What are you thinking is going to happen or might not happen if you don't have the bigger dance floor? I would try to understand what their goal is and then present options. Okay, I can't just pick up a whole 4 tables and move them, but here's how I could do it. I could slowly move the chairs at a time. That's easy, right? Like no one's going to notice that chairs are missing if they're dancing, right? But if it's a front table, I probably wouldn't touch it. Maybe I can do some tables from the side or some tables from the back and slowly pull back that way. I think there's ways to do it discreetly. I wouldn't want to do it kind of like, oh, you're done. Give me that chicken on your plate. Like, that's it. I wouldn't want to do that to a guest, but I would make sure that between my team and a vendor team, catering team like yours, that we would communicate together like, okay, dance floors priority, this is what we need to do, and maybe make sure that we situate tables in a way that it would allow for a bigger dance floor if we just shifted 1 table later. I think there's ways to work it out. I think for me, I would want to understand what's the goal that the couple wants.